Hello and welcome back to another Critical Rocket. Today it's PGI Bashers 3 as it's been dubbed from the last episode, and once again I'm here with Verrak.
Hello.
Hello. Last time we were talking about the clan mechs and the ghost heat and the ERPPCs, and I thought that might lead us into a couple of community warfare points, one of them being the current trend for the Innisphere, which is the lightning bolt. For anyone who's unaware, the lightning bolt is basically a 3 ERPPC Thunderbolt that moves quite quickly, doesn't need an XL engine, and can do huge amounts of damage pretty quickly.
Oh my god.
So, what's your opinion on the lightning bolt, Verrak?
Well, if you're running it, it's a good chassis. If you're up against it, it's crap.
Yeah, it does suck to get raped by 3 PPCs constantly.
Oh, and the heat generation for the 3 ERPPCs on the Thunderbolt is way better than the awesome 3 ERPPC chassis.
Yeah,
which is kind of weird because the awesome is a bigger chassis.
It's kind of bullshit because the awesome is kind of built around 3 PPCs, whereas the Thunderbolt was never built around 3 PPCs, so I don't know why they gave it that quirk. It seems odd.
It's... well, PGI.
And is this supposed to be the answer for superior clan mechs? Is it supposed to be, we've just made it so clan mechs are X amount better, so the only way is to give this Innisphere mech these ridiculous quirks, and now you have to run that to be effective?
I believe that was the intention of creating clan busters among the Innisphere mechs, but it went overboard. The 3 ERPPCs on the Thunderbolt they could have just, I don't know. At the same time, it's good and it's nice that they have clan busters, but on the other hand, it's you just hate it that they tried to make something a clan buster and then go so far overboard with it.
Yeah, it seems like they sort of missed the mark a bit.
Yeah, one would think that they had gotten their shit together at this point in the when they rolled out Community Warfare, and then suddenly the 3 ERPPC Thunderbolts are everywhere.
Well, the problem is, Community Warfare at the moment basically consists of one tactic, which is Zerg, isn't it? It's just get in there and hit those generators as quickly as possible, so there's not really much incentive for the attackers to really be all that aggressive toward the defenders.
Well, the thing is with the 3 RPPC Thunderbolt, it's the fact that they can stand still and just snipe at you from a distance. They don't even have to get into the fight, and if they do get into the fight, the ERPPCs have no minimum range. Cheating! I mean, here I work so hard with my awesome 8Q, trying to make 4 PPCs happen, and then I get absolutely rolled by some douchebag light in machine guns because he is within 90 meters.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Yeah, I guess the ERPPC Thunderbolt works well in Community Warfare as well because you can use it both aggressively and defensively as sniper mech, so you can snipe the gates and you can snipe the defenders, or you can snipe the attackers from the base.
Yeah. So basically, it's a Community Warfare chassis and build, and apparently the current meta. But we all know what you think about metas.
Yeah, I think what they need to do with Community Warfare is come up with some new builds for the matches. Not necessarily mechs. They just need to come up with, I don't know, new ways of playing it rather than just being a straight up deathmatch kind of thing or a Zerg rush. They need to actually give you objectives to fight for.
Well, I would like to see some of the mission modes from the older MechWarrior games get incorporated, like Convoy Assault and the similar things.
Now, you see, I missed those modes because I never really played it. So, I mean, what kind of missions would that involve in the previous game?
Well, there would be attack the convoy, defend the convoy, and the convoy would be a moving target. And it would travel across the map, and you would have to destroy the entire convoy before it reaches the end of the map.
Oh, right, okay.
And you also have the, what's it called, the bigger dropships. It's the Warlord class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have one of those, attack defense. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Warlord class is quite heavily armed and would make for an interesting attack or yeah, interesting tactics, as we would say.
It sounds a lot better than what we've currently got. I know they were talking about making counterattack maps possibly being a skirmish instead of a full-on, just like another defend the gun, defend the base map, which I would prefer if counterattacks felt more like an actual battlefield rather than just being an objective-based match.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I liked your idea yesterday of one of the objectives being maybe a late invasion mode, like when the planet's maybe 90% or maybe even 100% sort of captured, where you attack an escaping dropship that's supposedly like loading up on the supplies from the evacuees, so the evacuating forces, and you engage that dropship while it's stationary.
Yeah, most definitely. That would be quite awesome. And at the end point, there would be an animation where the dropship lifts off if you don't finish in time.
Yeah. No, or obviously it just sort of going up in flames with big holes in it and stuff. I think that'd be pretty fun. It'd be challenging as well because the attackers have to not only be aware of the enemy mechs but also the defenses of the dropship itself.
Yeah.
I like the idea of having a convoy one because I think that would give different weight classes different tasks during the match. If your lights being the harassers or the scouts, and your mediums sort of staying close to the convoy, and heavies and assaults maybe trying to moving to a location further down the line to try and act as a blocking force, or being the hammer that kind of hits them when they least suspect it.
Yeah, and also the assault mechs wouldn't be fast enough to catch the convoy, which would do away with, well, most of the slow assaults. And therefore you can't load up on as many guns.
Yeah, it'd make the match more mobile. So I don't really know what you do with the current mode, because obviously the maps kind of funnel you into go to a gate and shoot some turrets, shoot some generators, then shoot a final generator. I'm not quite sure what they could do to make that different.
Oh, they could have an entirely open map. I mean, I do vaguely remember a jungle map in MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries, I think, where you're challenged by the clans, and you jump on a jungle map, and suddenly you're just surrounded by clan mechs, and you have to fight your way out.
Oh, sounds nasty.
Yeah, that's a fun map, and it's a fun mission. It's quite hard, but fun. Well, that's my idea for drop modes. Convoy protect, a assault on the last dropship. Maybe we could have some urban destroy, search and destroy in an urban setting. That would also be nice.
Oh, like a proper sort of built-up high-rise kind of map instead of just a few buildings like Crimson Straight had.
Yeah. So you have to move in between all the buildings. Like in MechWarrior 2, I believe there are some maps where you have to navigate the city undercover and try to avoid detection while destroying convoys and mission objectives.
Yeah, I remember that MechWarrior Mercenaries, MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries, that had a few missions that were like that, where you were sort of a raider mech, which was challenging but fun when it actually worked. It wasn't buggy.
Yes.
I think your idea of an open map could work quite well on Alpine Peaks, because there are huge sections of that map that never see any combat, but they could adapt those areas and turn them into objective zones.
Yeah, and they could also extend the map just a tad to make it more combat friendly. But the urban setting, I would limit the dropship weight to around 100 tons. That way the urban combat doesn't become assault mechs slugging it out between the buildings. Instead it becomes light drops trying to infiltrate and destroy objectives, while the enemy team has the finder in. Yeah.
Yeah. I might tweak the drop tonnage up a bit more, because we already have a few urban sort of combat mechs in the game, because we have the likes of the Highlander it's right up originally is that it's an urban assault mech basically.
Well, I'm playing around the fact that 25 tons per mech should be enough to do a smash and grab, so to say.
Yeah. As an objective-based urban map, yeah, you could do a few ideas with that, really, couldn't you? But yeah, trying to destroy like supply caches and important structures like communications buildings, that kind of thing.
And finally, kill the planetary governor and make a run for it.
Assassination.
Yes, an assassination.
You can have parkour mechs, and it can be Assassin's Creed Mech Warrior Edition. Well, that would be kind of fun, because if they ever did that, we have got the Panther coming next month, and that's a true urban fighter, so that would be cool.
Yeah, here's the hoping.
Yeah, here's the hoping. I mean, there is a third map coming along. I can't remember what they called that. It's another canyon-based one, I believe they said in their January command share write-up.
Okay, so canyon as in the current community warfare, or canyon as in Canyon Network?
I think he means canyon as in how the two existing maps for community warfare work, where it's basically you get funneled along a path to a door and, blow up the door generator and go inside, kind of thing.
Ah, you mean PGI holding your hand? Come this way.
Come, enjoy what we have made for you. As long as they don't start charging for map packs, I'll be happy.
Oh, that would be absolutely terrible. And then when you drop on a match and suddenly you get a message, sorry, you don't have the current map pack. Would you like to buy it?
Yeah, this would be like playing Battlefield trying to join a server that's got the DLC. One of my users in this server are using content you don't currently own. Please pony up $10. Shit.
Yeah, if they would just stick to charging for pre-releases, that would be quite nice.
I'm happy with mech packs. To be honest, they don't really bother me all that much. I thought the clan one was probably too expensive at $240, but I didn't mind the Man of War pack, and I certainly don't mind the Innisphere ones at $80.
Oh, the Resistance pack was also rightly priced.
Yeah. I mean, for what we get, I really hope we get the faction-specific colour schemes sooner rather than later as well.
But the thing is, all the Innisphere packs have been cheaper than the clan packs. Is that a way of telling us that the clans are better?
Well, they are supposed to be. I mean, when people complain about how there should be balance, really, the clans should be overpowered in every respect. Yeah.
It's the fact that players don't adhere to the clan fighting tactics.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any artillery or airstrikes, and it should be Zellbringen and all that crap. But then we should be fighting 10v12 realistically, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah. No, as PGI said, it would be too much work.
Programming is hard.
I can program for them. It will say "Hello World" all over.
Yeah, but your vision of the future of MechWarrior would be a dark and terrifying thing, ruled by King Verrak.
Oh yes.
Flamers everywhere.
That would be only allowed weapon on battlefield. Flamers and small lasers.
Oh.
Oh, and machine guns, of course. And tags.
Permaban, you have used a large laser. Thanks for playing.
Congratulations, you have killed someone with PPCs. Now you're banned for a week. That would be so much fun. I wonder how quickly it would end the reign of MWO.
Oh, probably a couple of days.
More like an hour.
You wouldn't even give them the day.
No. They would be like, drop 2 games and like, screw this, I'm going over to World of Warcraft or something else.
Planet side it is for me.
Oh, that's nice. Very nice of you compared MWO to Planet Side with the huge play base that Planet Side is.
It was just the first free-to-play game that popped into my mind. Then I was thinking of like if you were gonna fuck off, do another game. I suppose World of Tanks is probably the first one.
Yeah, either that or War Thunder. The MWO, War Thunder, and World of Tanks are pretty comparable.
Yeah, but which would you say is the best of the 3?
Well, if we disregard the developers and just focus on the game itself, I would say MechWarrior. But if we are forced to take into account the entirety of the thing, I would say War Thunder is the more interesting one for me.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I do really, really like the BattleTech universe, and I love the work they've done with the mechs. They make each and every mech look amazing, even the ugly ones like the Gargoyle.
The Rape Child.
That poor Vindicator.
Oh yeah, your subscribers have never known this. The
Oh.
Gargoyle. If you have a look at the Gargoyle, you can imagine it looks kind of like a Vindicator and an Atlas at the same time. That's because an Atlas raped a Vindicator, and this is the rape child of them.
No.
The unholy union produced a Gargoyle, and they banned it to clan space. Never to return until the invasion.
It's like the orcs of Mordor. It just bred for one time for the age of Gargoyle to return.
Well, now they have that stuck on their retinas.
Yeah, that's a fugly ass mech, but I do like the Gargoyle. I really do.
Oh, especially the invasion variant. That's the most ugly one. That with the cool mustache.
Is the Groucho Marx mustache that it's got across it? It just looks fucking ridiculous.
Ah. Have you tried painting it blue and white?
No, I haven't.
The mustache really comes out. It really shines through then.
Okay, right. I'm in the Met Lab now. Let's see. I'll pick the most violent blue I can find.
I think it's one of the paint packs you get.
I like the Ghost Bear one.
Yeah, the Ghost Bear blue.
Oh my god.
Yes.
His little eyebrows. His little blue eyebrows as well.
Yep.
Oh, that's terrifying. That's pretty fucking scary. Yeah, you know what? Well, I think we've pretty much run our time for this.
Yeah, but it was fun and it was educating.
It was. I think next time, considering we sort of ended this one on a tangent about the Gargoyle, maybe next time we should talk about mechs that we quite like. Just different mechs that we like in the game, dislike, that kind of thing.
Certainly.
Okay, well, thanks for listening, everyone. As I said, there probably won't be any footage for this one because it just takes too goddamn long to upload, so sorry about that. Compiling and all the rest of it. But yeah, thanks for listening, everyone, and stay tuned for more Lore Warrior and a couple other gameplay videos I'll be uploading the next week or so. And yeah, so it'll be Critical Rocket signing out, and from Verrak.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye now.
Bye bye.